A very good evening. So in the previous video we talked about the covalent bond and its detailing that actually gives rise to organic chemistry and carbon and its compounds. So in this video we'll be talking about what carbon is and actually with what is the father of organic chemistry. Carbon is the originator of organic chemistry. The whole organic chemistry revolves around carbon. So let's take a detailed look at carbon. So carbon is a non-metallic element. So just wait a second, I'll be doing it here so it will be better in the center. So okay, we take up carbon. Carbon has its atomic symbol of C, it is denoted by C, and it has the atomic number 6. So atomic number is denoted by Z, so Z for carbon is 6. Further, carbon is a non-metal. So from this there are many properties which we can talk about. Non-metal, that means it is what? If it is a non-metal, which means it is electronegative. That means it gains electrons to get stabilized. But we'll talk about that later. Further, carbon, as it is a non-metal, it is a non-lustrous except for graphite. Graphite is an allotrope of carbon. Allotrope means different structural arrangement of carbon which has luster. Except for that, carbon is non-lustrous. This also means carbon is non-sonorous. Sonorous means on banging it produces a ringing sound, the bell-like sound, okay, on being hit. It is not ductile. Non-ductile, that means it cannot be drawn into wires, and non-malleable. That means it cannot be drawn into sheets. So this is wires and this is sheets. Okay, and further such properties. Poor conductivity. It's a poor conductor of heat and electricity. Again, exceptions do exist in the allotropic forms. Now talking about the atomic inspection of carbon. Carbon atom, as it has atomic number 6, that means it will have 6 electrons. Carbon has 6 electrons. So if we write the electronic configuration Kl, it will become 2, 4. 2 in the first shell and 4 in the valence shell. So this is valence shell. In the class 11 level, we write this configuration as 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. This is a class 11 concept, so just for information. Okay. So just we will be restricting ourselves right now to 2 and 4 configuration only. So 2 inner electrons and 4 valence electrons. So if I draw the Lewis dot structure for carbon, it will be like this, where these 4 are the valence electrons. So now taking a detail into the bonding in carbon. If carbon has 4 valence electrons, that means if it was to lose the electron in the case of an ionic bond, it cannot do that. If it has to gain, then also it has to be 4. If it has to lose, then also it has to be 4. So in both cases it has to be 4 gain or 4 loss, which is not possible. So no gain, the actual thing is no gain is possible, no loss is possible. Now what are the reasons behind it? Carbon cannot gain 4 electrons because carbon, as it has 6 electrons, that means it is an atom, so electrons and protons are equal, that means it has 6 protons also. That means it has 6 protons also. Is that clear? Because it's an atom. Atom is electrically neutral. The number of protons and electrons in it are always same. So if it has 6 electrons, if it has 4 electron gain after this, so it will have 8 electrons. And for a nucleus which has just 4 protons, 6 protons, holding 10 electrons, 6 plus 4, 10 electrons is not possible. It is very bulky. Okay, so it becomes very bulky. Now for loss, for losing, carbon has to lose 4 electrons, and for losing electrons we require something called enthalpy of ionization, okay, which is called delta Hi. Again a class 11 term, so we can just denote it by energy. Lot of energy is required for losing the electrons. So in order to get that energy, carbon has to obtain that energy from itself in order to get high ionization, which is again not possible. So this requires too much energy, and hence Gaining is also not possible, losing is also not possible. So now how will carbon stabilize itself? How will carbon get those 4 electrons to complete its octet? The only option it has is sharing. If it shares the electron, and this leads to the formation of course of the covalent bond. And hence if we talk about bonding in carbon, it is always covalent. I hope it is clear that carbon will always form the covalent bond. Now one more thing before we move forward. Location in the periodic table. In the periodic table, again look into the electronic configuration 2 and 4. Okay, number of shells are 2 and number of shell decides the period. So it is found in the second period. Valence electrons are 4. Add 10 to them, 4 plus 10 for the group number, you get 14. So group 14. So carbon is found in group number 14, period number 2 in the periodic table. So in periodic classification of elements, this concept on how to locate an element will also be clear. I'll just tell you that for locating an element, write its atomic electronic configuration, number of shells it has. Here it has 2, represents the period, and in case of the group, just see the valence electrons. If it is 1 or 2, group is 1 or 2, and from 3 to 8 just add 10 in between. So 4 plus 10 is 14, so group number 14, period number 2 is the location of carbon in the periodic table. I hope this much is clear. Now moving to 2 properties of carbon. Which make it the father of organic chemistry, the originator of organic chemistry. There are 2 properties which are there. The first property is tetravalency. Tetravalency means it has 4 valence electrons. A number of valence electrons, and this case will represent the valency. So valency of carbon is plus 4. Now because of this 4 valence electrons, as we discussed in the previous sheet also, it will only share the electrons and it will give rise to covalent bond. And because of this covalent bond formation due to its tetravalency, it plays a very important role in the organic chemistry. The second property is even more important, which is absolutely crucial for organic chemistry, is catenation. Catenation means self-linkage ability. Carbon has the unique ability to form bonds with itself only, like this, carbon-carbon bonds. Okay, a single dash means a single bond, double dash a double bond, and triple dash a triple bond. So carbon has this ability of linking itself with itself, which is called catenation, and this self-linkage ability of carbon by forming covalent bonds with itself, which can be again single, double or triple, etc. bonds are formed, and along with the covalent bond formation, it can form various shapes of compound, different shapes. It can ring to itself as a ring, it can ring to itself as a single chain. So it can have this kind of a linkage also. It can have this kind of a linkage also. Okay, where these vertices are representing carbons. And this compound is one of the most important compounds in organic chemistry called benzene. We'll come to it later. It can link like this also, etc. So these 2 are the important properties of carbon which make it so versatile and give its reason for many carbon compounds. So because of these 2 only, there are many carbon compounds. Many carbon compounds, which actually is the branch called organic chemistry. Okay, so catenation and tetravalency thus are the 2 properties of carbon which is giving it the unique way to find so many compounds possible. Okay, in different shapes, different varieties of carbon, different numbers of carbons are there, and hence linked by covalent bonds which can be single, double, triple, and hence give rise to the modern organic chemistry, without which life was impossible. I hope this is clear. With this, we close the class. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.